Hi, my name's Amelia and today I'm travelling from London to Banff and I'm going to show you all the things you can do there. First stop is Banff Canoe Club, and this is around a 5 to 10 minute walk from Banff downtown. This is quite a chilled activity to do. We arrived early in the morning around 9 AM and there were plenty of boats available. So we managed to hire a canoe instead of a kayak. I'm not sure if that was a good idea or a bad idea, but actually the canoe's a lot better because you're higher in the water, as in a kayak you're kind of constricted a lot more and you actually tend to get a bit more wet. But it was around $55 for 1 hour, and then you pay when you return the boat. So depending on how long you take it out for, you can just pay at the end, which is pretty good. Hola señor, ¿cómo está? Getting out in the canoe was probably one of my favourite things to do. It was just so peaceful. So I lost my gold bracelet to the water, unfortunately. Yeah, I shouldn't be trusted in a canoe. I loved it so much I actually ended up coming again. And on the way to the canoe club, there's also some really amazing views around the river. Another thing I would recommend you do if you do come to Banff is go to Lake Minnewanka. You can catch the bus easily from downtown Banff. You can drive, but the parking lots do fill up really quickly and some of the roads are often closed in the summer. There's a place if you want to grab a snack, and there's also a lot of good hikes in the area. Lake Minnewanka is a name given to it by the Stoney Nations people. It means water of spirits. The views are absolutely beautiful and we booked a 1 hour cruise here. I have to say I wasn't actually looking forward to it, but it ended up being one of the best things I'd done this trip. I booked tickets in advance online, which is something I'd recommend you do, especially during the summer when it can get really busy. Luckily, we chose to go on a day when the lake was very still, and if you're wondering if this boat might make you a bit nauseous, I felt absolutely fine. It's actually very, very smooth. The lake is absolutely beautiful and so peaceful. Luckily, we also got a really good captain who told us all about the history of the lake, and I ended up learning so much that the hour went past so quickly. And there's also a gift shop if you're interested, but on the way back we actually managed to spot a bear just on the entrance to some woods, so be really careful if you're in the area. Another thing you can do is hire some bikes. So we hired our bikes from Banff Cycle Sport in downtown Banff. Even though I'm so short, they still managed to find me a bike, and the rates are really reasonable. You can hire a bike for an entire day. There are loads of different cycle routes around Banff, and we chose to cycle to Vermilion Lakes, which was a pretty easy ride. If you want to get out in nature and you just want some peace and quiet, it's definitely an activity I'd recommend you do. The other place I'd recommend you go visit is Cascade Gardens. Now, I wouldn't spend a whole day at Cascade Gardens, but if you're in downtown Banff, you might as well just take a 5-minute walk there. There's not a huge amount to do here, it's just some really pretty gardens, but we found a lot of people were just kind of sitting on the grass or bringing picnics, so it's just a really nice spot to go and sit and relax. Also, if anyone happens to know the name of these frosted flowers, please do let me know. Another thing I'd recommend you do is go to the Art in Nature Trail. I thought this was really cute. It's like a woodland walk, but they have loads of art hanging up on the trees, and there's just various artists and various sculptures, and it's just like you can have a peaceful walk and also admire the artwork. So the Art in Nature Trail is in downtown Banff, and actually it's on the way to Bow Falls, so if you're going there anyway, you might as well do it. Bow Falls is a really nice, pretty small waterfall. Just don't come with high expectations, expecting to see something amazing, especially when you compare it to the other waterfalls in Canada. Also, it's worth taking the Banff Gondola up Sulphur Mountain. Make sure you book your tickets in advance because this fills up really fast in the summer. The queues can be really long, but it does move pretty fast. Just make sure you arrive at your allotted time. There's also a gift shop and a Starbucks nearby if you do have to wait. I was actually really nervous going up, and here I am thinking, oh god, I made the wrong decision. It's so incredibly high at over 7,000 feet, and my body doesn't respond well to changes in altitude, and actually I felt a little bit nauseous and had to take a time out when I got to the top. The other thing to do is check the forecast before you come. So we pre-booked tickets, so actually we couldn't guarantee what the weather was going to be like on the day. It was very misty and very foggy, and I think there were also fires nearby, which meant there was even more fog than usual. I still think it looked really pretty because I really like it when trees are in that misty kind of, fog. But I think if you wanted to see the whole of Banff and the whole of the valley, you might have been a bit disappointed. So just make sure it's a clear day when you come. There are also a couple of restaurants when you get to the top, and I made a booking at Sky Bistro, but in all honesty, I'd actually tell you to give this a miss. I didn't really enjoy the food, and yeah, the experience wasn't great, wasn't worthwhile, and it is really expensive. It had cleared up a little bit by the time we were coming down, and the ride down was a lot smoother. Now this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'd also actually tell you to give Banff Hot Springs a miss. So I wasn't really sure what to expect, but everyone told me to go here when you get to Banff, so I thought I'd check it out. You can easily walk to Banff Hot Springs if you're going to the gondola, as it's only a 5-minute walk away. One thing to mention is that as soon as you enter, you have to be barefoot for the entire time before you go into the springs. I found the whole experience quite gross, just because there were so many people, and they actually allow up to 200 people, which I just think is too much. If I'd been smarter when I arrived, I would have looked over the balcony to see how many people were there before paying the entrance fee. Again, this is just my opinion, but it's something I wouldn't do again. And then you need to go to Lake Louise. This is a must if you're coming to Banff. We took the bus there, and I'd recommend you do that because some of the roads are closed and you often cannot get parking there as it fills up at around 5 a.m. So don't take the chance, just take the bus. It's so easy to do. Lake Louise is busy, but I knew that before I got there. And there's actually a trail around the lake, and the further you walk, the quieter it gets, which is quite nice. We came on a day when actually it was raining. But it's cleared up now, and actually I actually prefer it so much more when it's raining because all the trees get this really beautiful mist and it just looks so mysterious, and I think I actually prefer it to this kind of weather than if it was really sunny. There's lots of really cute wildlife around the area, and it's a really nice place to come for a walk. If you're facing a rainy day, then you might want to go check out some of the museums. There's a White Museum, or there's the Buffalo Nations Museum, and that's a museum with many artefacts showcasing the history of local Indigenous Canadians. Banff is a really beautiful place to visit in the summer, and if you're heading there, I hope you have a great time.